We'll make note that the judge is not here today. We have public comments. Lou?
Members of the court and members of the audience, I had the opportunity to be in Denton this weekend for the Texas Press Association convention, during which I had a chance to speak to, listen to, and meet with Senator Charles Perry. Now, if you're familiar with who he is, he's the gentleman who just wrote the major water bill that came before the legislature has been signed by the governor. He is a major proponent of individual landowner rights. We spoke about the state of water in the Carrizo Aquifer. We talked about Gonzales County, the overpermitting of water that's come from this aquifer, the impact it's had on local landowners, on our communities, the inability sometimes of communities to even improve their wells. He is a firm believer in finding new sources of water prior to trying to tap aquifers. We spoke about that. He wants also to have more mitigation. He wants to have more subsidence monitoring. He wants water loss studies before new sources are done, new projects are done within the aquifers. We did speak about the fact that San Antonio has a wonderful water system, but he thinks that it is possible they built it upon the backs of others without taking into consideration that. And so he wants to try to do what he can to help the rural communities. So possibly he'll look at more even next session. He's done more to try to set up water. He's wanting to see more desalination, more brackish water, produced water being refined, and also more groundwater sources. So it's all good news as far as that's concerned. He took the information that I provided to him from the Water Protection Association. They had some wonderful facts and figures I gave to him. He was very receptive of it. So it seems to be that we do have some friends that are looking out for us, that do have our best interests in heart, because they have similar issues that are going on over in West Texas, where they have agricultural producers that are having trouble getting their water because they're worried about it being taken away by others. So I just wanted to announce all of that to you, that was an interesting meeting that I had with him this weekend, and I think it was productive.
Thank you, sounds good. Okay, we'll go ahead and continue. The following items may be acted upon in one motion. A commissioner, the county judge, or a citizen may request items be pulled for separate discussions and or actions, and that's 1 through 7. Does anybody have any that want to speak on any of this?
I'm good.
I move that we approve the consent agenda items as listed.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and second that we go ahead and do the consent agenda. Okay, the next item is to, call for a vote, I'm sorry. Those that for the consent agenda?
Aye.
Thank you. Passes 3 or 4 with me. Okay, item 8, discuss the action on the depository contract. Is there somebody here to speak on that?
The
Sure.
depository contract ends on July the 1st, and then it ends on June the 28th, 2029. And all I need is approval for the contract so we can begin our new contract July 1st.
Okay. And you're all right with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I call for action on the depository contract, please.
I move we approve the depository contract.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the action on the depository contract. Call for a vote, please. Those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Staten? Okay. Aye. It's been approved. Number 9, discuss with action renewal of proficient plan service, a cafeteria plan for FY26. We've had discussion about this previously, about the number of people that use it and what it's costing us. Shauna, do you have any more information on that?
Misty, it's me.
Misty? Okay.
Y'all had tabled it because you wanted to see if we could maybe during open enrollment ask them to sign a thing stating that if they leave and they owe us more, that they would pay it back. I did get with Kristen and Eddie, and we cannot by law do that. So if we go ahead with the proficient plan, and we would have to pay anywhere between 12,000 upwards to however many people decide to enroll in it each year. Right now, like I said, we have 66 employees in there. We had to come up with $12,975 in January of this year, so we're looking at probably that next year, if not more. We cannot ask for them to pay us back if they leave and they use more than what they put in. Right now, we are in deficit of $1,088.97 as of today.
One
Plus
question I
12,000.
have, oh, excuse me.
Go ahead, plus the 12,000, right?
That's including the 12,000 we've already put in there, but we're already behind $1,088 $97 just for people leaving and using more than what they've put into their account.
But the only question I had, I know we discussed about them repaying what they owe. Currently, if I have an employee we provide uniforms for, if they leave and don't turn in all their uniforms, we don't give their final check until those uniforms are paid for, or we take it out of the check. I don't see what the difference is, with this plan and with that.
And Kristen might be able to speak on this a little bit more clearly than I can, but my understanding is because of the type of plan it is, there are specific rules and laws with regards to that. So I understand the uniform analogy, because it is similar, but because of the type of plan that it is, the law prohibits it for that specific type of plan. So that's the difference, is there's rules in place just for this.
Okay, so I thought it was just more of a payroll deduction that you can't take it from them, after the fact, but.
Yeah.
Okay. And have we looked into just regular HSA accounts?
We don't qualify because one, our insurance does not have a high enough deductible. And then the second part they told us was because since we're grandfathered into the other one, it does not apply to the HSA rule. We don't qualify for the HSA rules and regulations.
So, because I know my wife, they have it at the school.
Yeah, we don't.
Schools are different.
We don't qualify because of our plan, because you have to have like a really high deductible in order to qualify for the HSA, and with the insurance that we offer, we do not, we don't have a high enough deductible to go into the HSA, from what they were telling me when I looked into it.
And so then there's absolutely nothing else we can do.
I looked at other companies that offer FSA, and it's either the same thing where we have to pay up front, or the other ones are saying, well, we'll go with this and we won't charge you this, but you cannot offer any other insurance plans but our own. So we'd have to drop Colonial on all of them and just offer their insurance alone. So it's coming with strings attached to them coming on without charging us the money up front. We'd have to drop all our other insurances and just use their insurance, offer their insurance.
What's y'all's thoughts on this? What do you want to do? Y'all want to keep on going like it is? When does this run out? I mean, it'll be.
We will get the renewal in October, and then our renewal starts January 1st.
We're gonna have to keep going the way we're going until the end of the year, I would think.
So
we have to go through our contract,
Right,
but then,
right.
yeah, instead of signing, but then come January, if y'all decide to go with it, come January, you're looking at anywhere between 12,000 and, I can't, upwards, and depending on how many people enroll and how much they take out and stuff like that.
We could possibly get a refund back.
We could possibly get a refund the end of this year.
We're in the negative now, but
Mhm.
as the year goes, money is coming out of everybody's check,
We could.
it could bring it back.
Right.
It's not gonna bring the 12,000 back, because we're nowhere short that, but
And it's hard to tell because it changes from year to year. It's very
Yes.
volatile.
So we could get back, last year we got back 5,000 something, so we could get that back. So then you would take that out of the 12,000, so then technically you would be paying in 7,000 something like we kind of did this year. But they still want the 12,000 because we can't take the credit for the 5,000. If we do get a credit at the end of this year, we can't use that credit. They're just gonna send us a check for that amount, and then we would pay whatever the 2 months is for January, depending on, like I said, how many people sign up, how much they sign up for, and it can go up to $1,500, is what the max is, that they can take out each year, so. we just-
So last year the record last year, was we behind last year on the
They, according to them, we got a refund last year, 5,000 some odd dollars, I don't remember the exact amount, but that's why I had to come to you and ask for y'all 7,000 some odd dollars more to cover that $12,975. Because we did have an overage last year.
Is there any way that we can put a time frame, like you have to work for us for 2 or 3 years before you can get, no way to do
No,
that?
when we offer during open enrollment, you have to offer it to everybody, there's no waiting period, you offer it, and then it begins January 1st. We can't say you have to be here like we do with insurance, we can't say you have to be here 69 days before you get it, or we can't do like we do leave accrual where you wait 6 months, we can't do that.
Okay. So we have till budget time to decide whether we want to stay with it or not.
We have until I'll get the renewal in October, and it's due, in September, and it's due in October. October 1st is when the renewal is due.
And so when we're during budget, do we just budget a random amount? We just guess what it could be?
So y'all want to wait till budget time and look at this and kind of think about which direction you want to go and?
Well, yeah, we're already committed through the year.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So we're not approving or signing a new contract, so.
We just want to get this out there for budget purposes in case y'all did want to do it, y'all would know that you need to put it into your budget for FY26.
So do y'all want to table this till budget time?
I would say just pass on it, and then once it, like you're saying, the budget, we can go through and decide what we want to budget and.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Second.
We have a motion to pass on this till budget time. Call for a vote. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Item number 10, reappoint John Rakey to the Blue Bonnet Trails Community Service Board of Trustees for a 2-year term beginning September the 1st, 2025 through August the 31st, 2027.
I move that we are, and we did get a recommendation from Blue Bonnet Trail, I think he'd been
Right.
on board for
Like 10 years, 7 or 10 years.
Right, and they requested him being reappointed, so I move we reappoint John Rakey to the Blue Bonnet Trails Community Service Board of Trustees for a 2-year term, September 25 through August of 27.
I'll second it.
We have a motion, the second, to reappoint John Rankey to the Blue Bonnet Trails Community Service Board of Trustees for a 2-year term beginning September the 1st, 2025 through August the 31st, 2027. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Number 11, update from Jimmy Harless on the drought conditions and burn ban status.
Good morning. Our KBDI currently sits at 352, which is not bad at all. It is on the rise, but it's not anywhere near a burn ban consideration, in my opinion. We do have slight chances of rain throughout the week, so we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Move to item 12. Discuss with action the approval of a variance revision to the Gonzales County subdivision rules, precinct 4, Gallardo.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Boatwright and myself in the office have been in contact with Mr. Gallardo, and this is just a revision from one that was approved, I don't know, I guess it was several months ago, is that right? It was approved for him to transfer 5 acres of his property to an adjacent neighbor. He has since come back to us and wanted to add another acre to that 5 acres to make it 6 acres. We confirmed that transfer had not occurred yet, and that changing it from 5 acres to 6 acres would just require a revision. And Commissioner Boatwright was involved with the decision on that.
And it doesn't affect, we're good with all of our septic and water
Yes.
stuff, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then I move we approve the variance revision to the Gonzales County subdivision rules, precinct 4 for Mr. Gallardo.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 12, the approval of the variance revision of the Gonzales County subdivision rules, precinct 4, Gallardo. Those for, favor? Motion passes. 13, discuss with action take-home vehicle program, allowing assigned county vehicles to be taken into adjacent counties and sheriff's department.
Morning, Commissioners. I apologize, the sheriff was unable to make it this morning. He was wondering if we could table this till next meeting, and if not, I know he's reached out to TAC, and that he would be covered going home and coming to work. Thank you.
You don't want to table this?
Table
The sheriff can be here. Do we have a motion to table it?
I'm gonna make a motion to table that.
Second it.
A motion's been made and second to table item 13 to take it home vehicles for the sheriff's department. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. Number 14, discuss with action the court's approval to purchase a 22 Max D flatbed trailer using seizure funds from the sheriff's department.
Good morning. Back when the sale of vehicles, y'all gave us $7,000 to purchase a trailer to haul our UTV. We didn't find one, that's $4,700, so we're gonna make that purchase. What we're asking here though is just to use seizure funds to purchase a 22-foot flatbed trailer. It's much more heavier duty. It allows us to put both UTVs on it. We can haul a car. We can also make it available, to precincts. We like it, but we just want to use seizure funds for that purchase.
Thanks, Sean.
And y'all have the money in the seizure fund to pay for it?
Yes, sir. It wouldn't, this is not budgeted or coming out of any of the county funds, it's just out of the seizure account, so.
What do y'all think?
I make a motion to accept the approval to purchase a 22-foot Max D flatbed trailer using seizure funds from the sheriff's office.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of a 22 Max D flatbed trailer using seizure funds from the sheriff's department. Call for a vote, please. Those in favor?
Aye.
The motion passes. Number 15, discuss and consider and approve action to accept or reject the submitted bids for the GLO contract number 2208505 D305 Emergency Communications Tower Project. Eddie, can you explain this a little bit to us about the bids and what's going on? Because I don't think any of us know much about what's going on with the bids. I may be wrong. Do any of y'all know kind of what's...
I didn't know if there was an update from GLO on that, or if...
What's going on is I was present, as was Kristen, during the bid openings. There was 2 received. The one bid, I can't remember the name, it wasn't the Motorola bid, it was the other bid. They didn't submit a bid bond with their packet, and that is required under the rules. And then with Motorola, there was kind of an expansive bid that was a little bit beyond what the bid specs listed. So it was still within the allotted funds with GLO. But because they kind of went above and beyond what was in the bid sheet itself, it has been recommended by GLO that the project be rebid just to keep everything clean. So that was the issues with the 2 bids. It wasn't that the items weren't addressed, it's that it kind of went above and beyond. I know there had been maybe some discussions to have a kind of a turnkey project with Motorola, so it's done and they handle everything. But that wasn't what was on the bid sheet. So for that reason, GLO suggested that the project be rebid. After researching it and having conversations with Hanson and with Langford, the overall consensus is that the project needs to be rebid. And if I missed anything, please.
Like you said, they weren't eligible bids. To score them, it would be hard to score them equally because of the way one was bid and the way the other one was. So I did speak with GLO, and because they were very adamant about these being bid competitively, we just don't want to risk any sort of compliance issue with the county. Anybody getting in trouble, and GLO, they did agree that it'd be safe to just rebid it. So we're ready to go again. run the ad on Thursday. The earliest you can do another bid opening is the 11th of July.
So your recommendation is to reject the bids because they were almost like, one didn't turn in a bid bond, the other one kind of overbid what we wanted?
Yes, sir.
So you want us to reject it, and you suggested that
Yes,
we
sir.
reject it? Okay, thank you. So,
Well, I move we reject the bids, submitted bids for the GLO contract for the emergency communication tower project.
I second it.
we have a motion and a second to reject the bid for the GLO contract on number 2208505 B305 emergency contract tower project. Call for a vote. Those in favor?
Aye.
Rejecting the bid?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Staten?
I guess I,
Mr. Colley?
Aye.
Aye. Move we reject the bid. Bid's rejected. Okay, number 16, discuss, consider, and approve action for the county to go out to bid for the tires in regard to the GLO contract 2208505 D305 emergency communications tower project. Yes, ma'am.
So the bid ad is ready to go. So if once approved, we'll send it to the paper and then it'll run Thursday. Like I said, the earliest bid opening could be the 11th of July, or you can do that next Monday, but I couldn't remember if you had court on the 14th, I believe. So,
Now, this is for tires only, not any equipment on the tires,
Correct.
just the structure.
those towers, yes.
Well, I move we approve the order to go out for bid for the towers in regard to the GLO contract for emergency communication tower project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go out for bids for the tires in regard to the GLO contract emergency communication tower projects. Call for, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll go out for bids when approved. Number 17, consider and possible action, property 1, sale number 6, 0253 acres more or less situated in the east one half of Lot 3, Block 13, 3rd subdivision, Lafayette Place addition, and in addition to the city of Gonzales, Gonzales County, Texas, described in the deed dated March the 15th, 1989, from KDL Host to John M. Praven, executor, in volume 630, page 14, deed records of Gonzales County, Texas. Gonzales County is asking the other entities to waive their tax amounts and donate to Gonzales County. Do we have any discussion on that? All right.
Now, if we, I guess my question is if we approve or go down this trail, how do we proceed? Is that something that we officially request each other entity?
That's correct. And before Gonzales County would officially acquire the property, the other taxing entities would need to waive that tax liability, and then the county can move forward.
Okay. And I know we have interest in it from the appraisal district. I know Mr. Lightfoot's here too about, trying to get that property acquired to utilize for possible construction down the road, so.
And it's in a good location. If there's something else we wanted there beside, if they decided not to go there, even if they do go there, there's more area. We could use that for some buildings or something that we may have to have.
you think we really need that property?
Yes, I think so. I think it would be better for us to take it on the tax road than try to buy some property somewhere. It's gonna cost us an arm and a leg.
I was just concerned about the fuel tanks and all the stuff that
Well, they dig them up all the time. I don't think that would be a problem. They just have to be cleaned up. Somebody's gonna have to clean them up. I mean, I think it would be a good deal for the county. I don't know how the rest of you feel. That's my thoughts on it.
And how does that work, say the property that had the fuel tanks on it, those property, if that property,
That's the other property. This is the small property on the corner.
On the corner.
These are two separate properties here.
right, there's two separate properties, but we're kind of looking at them together.
It's two separate properties, you have to do it in two.
No, I understand that, but if we decide to take one and not the other, you know, we're kind of looking at it from the.
Well, we're gonna be asking them for them to, both of them to donate it to the county.
Right.
So item 17, and we go to 18, we're gonna be asking for the other one to donate their part of it too. So we're gonna own it all if it goes through.
Right.
Just wanted you to know which property you were on.
But no,
The
I
one with
understand.
the tanks
I mean,
is
the
other.
question I had was kind of pertaining to the second one, but they're, if you,
All together.
like I say, if we go all in, we need to, if we pass the first one, then we need to pass the second one. But the question I had was, what was on the process of the fuel, if it was, again, who would it revert to, say, if we didn't take it, they didn't pay the taxes, nobody wanted it at tax sale, then what happens to the property? Who's liable for it, or?
Well, if it doesn't meet the county policy with regards to percentage away from what the taxes are owed, then theoretically, the process could continue to try to unload the property. But you're not wrong. I mean, these tanks are still gonna have to be addressed. You just can't have them sitting in there indefinitely, so.
Right, 'cause if it was still unowned and no one took possession of it 5 years down the road and became a hazard, then it would be counties, you know, at that time would be our
Well,
problem.
theoretically, it's titled to the property owner, but if they're not paying their property taxes, something tells me they're not gonna address these tanks either. So,
So if we
at
had.
the end of the day, the county's gonna have to take care of those tanks.
Right,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was asking. Well, I guess, I'd say if we make a motion to, you know, move forward in taking ownership of the properties and asking the other entity to, you know, to waive their tax amounts and donate the property to Gonzales County.
I second it. Motion's been made in second for item 17 to consider the possible action on property 1. Calling for a vote, please. Those for it?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Number 18, consider impossible action on property 2, sale number 2, all of lots B, C, D, G, H, and J, and part of lot E, and all of lot 5, block 13, Lafayette Place addition, in addition to the city of Gonzales, Gonzales County, Texas, as described in deed dated December the 21st, 1976, from Kayla Lily Host, executor to Carolyn Marie Craven, in volume 428, page 775, deed of records of Gonzales County, Texas, and described in a deed dated November the 4th, 1977, from Merle H. DeBose to Jack Craven, in volume 437, page 746, deed of records of Gonzales County, Texas. Gonzales County is asking the other entities to waive their tax amounts and donate it to Gonzales County. Same thing.
We have the same thing, the rest of the property, so I move we, same thing, ask the other taxing entities to waive their tax amounts and donate it to Gonzales County.
I second it. We have a motion and second to approve item 18 as read. We'll call for a vote, please. Those in favor of item 18, accepting the donation to Gonzales County?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Mr. Staton,
I want to make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
motion's been made and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.